They said that she was going to need a surgery within the first 6 months of her life.
And we still didn't even know what the diagnosis was. So it was just a serious heart defect.
Mother Nature blesses children with certain uniqueness that we work with every day, but we try to fix that in a way that it's compatible with a long, healthy life, as the American Heart and everyone promotes.
We went from being these like happy-go-lucky parents that are excited about our first child to being like just devastated and our world just crushed because we don't know that. What's going to happen? And then go down. It was around a year into our marriage that we decided we wanted to start having a family.
She wanted to have 5, so we figured we better begin.
We got pregnant right away. After our 20-week appointment, later that night, we got a call from the OB/GYN saying that they were a little bit concerned about something that they saw on the sonogram. From there, your pregnancy kind of goes from being this exciting, happy time to being scared and terrified and not knowing, is there something wrong with our baby?
She has what's called a ventricular septal defect, which is a hole between the lower chambers. She has a tricuspid valve, which we call hypoplastic, or relatively small. And so that combination of things resulted in her right chambers being on the smaller side. That would cause a child not to grow and thrive as well.
We went in there terrified and still pretty down in the dumps. And after that meeting, even though we learned how severe this was and how our life would be different, we actually came out a lot more calm because he really had a game plan.
Now our pregnancy went from what color we're painting the walls to, okay, what do we have to do when she's born? What kind of medicine does she need to be on? What do we need to look for in terms of difficulty breathing or difficulty with her heart? It almost took the joy out of being like pregnant, especially was the first one because we were filled with so much anxiety and worry. I just remember hearing that cry for the first time, and it was amazing. They said, as long as she is born screaming and crying, that is a sign of a healthy baby.
In her case, with that right chamber being small, we were under the impression that that may be so small that it wouldn't allow blood to go to the place where it was supposed to get oxygenated. So therefore, the baby would stay blue instead of become pink with its first breath. But when she came out, she was too pink, then ultimately planned for her to have a temporizing operation called a pulmonary artery band, where we limited the amount of blood that went to her lungs so that she could grow and thrive.
She basically went straight up to the NICU just because they wanted to monitor her. She was actually doing well at that point. Her oxygen was like 95, which they were actually surprised about.
And believe it or not, we got to take her home in a normal amount of time. We took her home in 2 days. So with the intention that we were gonna, go back to the cardiologist and be monitored.
Any child that requires surgery is severe.
It was the hardest day of our life, handing over our 3-week-old baby to the team of surgeons and the anesthesiologists, knowing that you were doing the best thing for that child, but it was hard. So.
In her case, having a potential 3-chambered heart is definitely a higher risk possibility, and she was born with a hole between those lower chambers.
8.
Correct.
Every day got a little bit better, and every day another tube or another wire came off, and every day she just kept getting stronger and stronger. We've made it very important for her to know exactly what it's like to have a special heart, and that's what she'll tell people. And kids will say, hey, why are you sitting down? And she will educate them. She'll say, oh, I have a special heart.
There was some signs that she saw.
She is just a sweet little girl who has a ton of personality. Since she was a baby, she's wanted this kitten, and now she finally has that. She just cares for that little thing like it's her own baby, so it's really sweet to see.
She's She's a brave young little warrior that we admire. The biggest thanks we get as her cardiologist or cardiovascular surgical team is the fact that we make her better. The American Heart and everyone provide a great deal of financial, emotional, and other parameters for patients and families and cardiologists themselves to provide good care for everyone. And I look forward to their support in the future.
Funding is so critical to ensure that Evie and anybody else with a condition like her can have the best and longest shot of life possible. I mean, if you look back even 20 years, Evie probably wouldn't be where she is now, and it's all because of funding and research, and I'm a huge advocate for that.
Thank you.